Rebecca Dirks with Premier Guitar. We're here at GearFest 2008 with Michael Crow from Martin Guitars. He's going to talk about some of the guitars they have here today.
How y'all doing? It's good to see you. Basically, we're just going to touch base on a couple of guitars here. This is one that I personally brought in, and this is a personal favorite of mine because I do own a Lawrence Juber Brazilian custom artist guitar. For those of you who don't know who Lawrence Juber is, Lawrence played with Paul McCartney and Wings for several years. He's won Grammys, he's won Oscars, so the guy's pedigree is definitely for real. He designed this guitar. This is called an OMC 18 LJ, LJ meaning Lawrence Juber. Pretty straight ahead instrument, not a whole lot of fanciness about it, but what is good about it is it's got the best tone woods you could possibly ask for. OM being the body size, cutaway. This is mahogany, genuine mahogany, sides and back. You have the old vintage style open gear tuners. You have probably what is most important about creating the tone on the instrument is you have red spruce, or what's referred to as Adirondack spruce, on the top and on the braces. And the braces are also scalloped as well. So here we don't have a guitar with a great deal of gingerbread all over it, but it was designed with the most premier woods to get the best sonic capability we could out of a guitar. And the thing, if you was to hold it, the thing is as light as a feather, which is always sort of a good clue about what a good guitar will sound like. That'll tell you immediately that it'll resonate real well and it'll really move. So there's that model. Then I brought in what we typically call, this is in many ways the benchmark of the line. This is a D45. But this is the D45V, V meaning vintage. And what we've done is we've gone back to the pre-war look of the vintage guitar, 45. There originally was 91 made, and we've kind of reproduced that in a new model. And of course you have hand inlaid abalone all over the instruments. On the side, you have it around the heel of the guitar, all around the back of the instrument. So this guitar is very labor intensive, and part of the reason for the cost. Again, you have East Indian rosewood, you have Sitka spruce top. Again, you also have scallop braces with the X braces shifted forward. That is how the guitars were braced back in the pre-war meaning World War II. That gives you your maximum movement of the bridge because you've taken where the X's cross and you've moved them up. Here's where obviously the strings meet the body, so the less mass I have here, the more movement I get out of the top. So this guitar has a very lively top, which basically generates better low end, better mids, better highs, more volume, more projection. It just adds juice to the whole instrument. And again, you know, the old standard famous C.F. Martin inlaid headstock. And we have an original one of these back in the museum, a 1943 D45, which is valued probably $275,000 to $300,000. So don't tell me $10,000 is too much for this guitar.
It's a good deal in comparison.
It's a beautiful instrument, it really is. This is the Crosby, Stills and Nash, which was basically, this is dedicated to Jerry Tolman, who was their manager, who, the way I understand it, I hope I get this right, he died unexpectedly in an automobile accident. So we had done a guitar with David Crosby, with Stephen Stills and Graham Nash, so they wanted to kind of get together and do a tribute to him. So that's essentially what we've done there. If you saw the David Crosby guitar, one of the things he had in his personal guitar was the sail, come on, Michael. Sailboat, thank you. Boat, you know, that thing that goes on water. Stephen Stills on his guitar had the Southern Cross. Graham Nash had the Flying Heart. Now, even though Neil Young's name is not acquainted or put on this guitar, that's the Broken Arrow. So Neil is sort of represented, but not officially, because up here it just says CSN, Crosby, Stills and Nash. And this is a guitar that's done very well. We're here at Sweetwater, and I think they've already sold, over the years or so that we've done these, I think they've already sold 3 or 4, and we've still got a few left. And this guitar did get a lot of attention at the show. It does have the vintage pyramid bridge on it, which is very unique. The 2 pyramids inlaid here. First, the pearl rosette. It is labeled and signed. in the inside of the guitar.
Are these a limited run?
Yeah. And this is number 267. Now, the person who got number 1, I don't know, they're probably real happy about that. Again, East Indian rosewood sides and back. Essentially kind of set up on a vintage platform with the vintage style tuners. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to get a better shot of that. Ivoroid binding. Again, you have forward shifted scallop braces, which is of the vintage era. And again, this guitar is a real boomer. And you have the dark toner top, and the idea of that is to kind of give you a vintage look, because if guitars get older, the tops kind of yellow out, so they were trying to give it kind of a vintage look on the guitar. So very nice guitars, done very well. You know, what can I say?
Thanks a lot, Michael, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, y'all. Take care.
Thanks. It's Rebecca Dirks with Premier Guitar at GearFest 2008. You can see more videos on our website at premierguitar.com.